for the NNP party. We going green all the way. Green, we voting green. Green, we voting green. Green, we voting green. On election day. Green, we voting green. Green, we voting green. Green, we voting green. We voting NNP again. Exercise your rights and vote for us. NNP will always put you first. Positive achievement for the last 5 years. The goal is to keep moving up and up. I'm talking to you. Keep moving. Let the focus continue. Keep moving. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Keep moving. We voting NNP again. The right thing to do. Keep moving. Together, me and you. Keep moving. Whoa, 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 whoa. Keep moving. We voting NNP again. Grenada standing strong. We voting with the little black man. We voting green. Whoa, 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 green. Whoa, whoa. We voting green. We voting NNP again. With the matic carrot. We voting green. We voting green. Green. We voting green. We voting NNP again. Standing is not an option for us. Can't afford to backpedal and reverse. The hole they put us in was too deep and dark. Tell them no, no way, we're not going back. We're going for whatever. Keep moving. Building up Grenada. Keep moving. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Keep moving. We voting NNP again. The Imani program helping the youth of this nation. Keep moving. Keep moving. We voting NNP again. NNP have a plan to develop this nation. We voting green. We voting. We voting NNP again. Grenada standing strong with the little black man. We voting green. We voting. We voting NNP again. If it's not broken, we don't change it, nothing. They had the chance, they didn't do a thing. No. Now they come begging you for another try. Tell them Grenada is not a toy. We the leader, vibrant and strong. And until that's second to none. Keep moving. Keep moving. We voting NNP after again. Emily and Ivan. Never forget the poor man. Keep moving. Whoa, 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 whoa. Keep moving. We voting NNP again. Grenada standing strong with the little black man. We voting. Whoa, 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 green. We voting. We voting NNP again. The matic carrot. We voting. Tout moun a fait. We voting. Green. We voting. We voting NNP again. Majority rule, we going green all the way. It's good for the land and the universe. We keep getting better and better every year. If yellow turn to green, that is good for us. Grenada standing strong with the little black man. Whoa, 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 whoa. We voting NNP with the matic carrot. Tout moun a fait. We voting NNP. Grenada standing strong with the little black man. Whoa, 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 whoa. We voting NNP with the matic carrot. Tout moun a fait. We voting NNP. Going for whatever. Building up Grenada.
The NDC administration failing the first term, and they're begging for another one. Sing for them, sing for them. They go in the wrong way. Mash up NDC. They go in the wrong way. Cannot run this country. They go in the wrong way. The leader don't listen. They go in the wrong way. So they divide it into. They lie for the people. So many things they promise they go do. They say $700 not enough money. They go give 1,000 to them money. Soon as they get in power, the money program over. They go in the wrong way. One term NDC. They go in the wrong way. Cannot run this country. They go in the wrong way. They say the leader don't listen. They go in the wrong way. So they divide it into. I hear they say that they love the culture. The worst carnival we had in Grenada. 4 years now and things ain't getting better. And they keep pointing finger at one another. Carnival come and carnival go. Problems to pay price money, you know. They go in the wrong way. Mash up NDC. They go in the wrong way. Cannot run the country. They go in the wrong way. They say the leader don't listen. They go in the wrong way. So they divide it into. They go in the wrong way. In fighting for so. They go in the wrong way. Remind us of the rebel. They go in the wrong way. behaving too ignorant. They go in the wrong way. And they suspend parliament. Unemployment very high in this country. NDC, send back the CCC. Teachers and nurses ain't getting salary. No proper medical facilities. Crime is on the rise, you know. Young people killing more than before. Yellow. They go in the wrong way. Want some NDC. They go in the wrong way. Cannot run this country. They go in the wrong way. They say the leader don't listen. They go in the wrong way. So they divided into two. They used to talk about corruption. That was only an illusion. The money they receive on the bank account. Explain it to us, they shut up their mouth. They stop the school feeding program like this government don't give a damn. Sing this song. They go in the wrong way. Mash up NDC. They go in the wrong way. Cannot run this country. They go in the wrong way. They say the leader too harden. They go in the wrong way. So they divide it into two. They go in the wrong way. Change you want and change you get. They go in the wrong way. And do nothing for St. Patrick's yet. They go in the wrong way. Some people hungry. They go in the wrong Uncle Tilly the one Venezuela money. They go in the wrong way. All what they say about Dr. Keith. They go in the wrong way. You getting salary on time and food to eat. They go in the wrong way. Jericho must be turning in the grave. They go in the wrong way. Telling the wind of change to begin. They go in the wrong way. Peace and scholar could tell you. They go in the wrong way. They fed up for true. They go in the wrong way. Don't mind persuade a tongue tie. They go in the wrong way. He and all go tell them bye-bye. They go in the wrong way. So when you're voting, use your brain. They go in the wrong way. Don't make that mistake and ball again. They go in the wrong way. NDC people saying it. They go in the wrong way. Uncle Tilly don't win in his seat. They go in the wrong way. Yellow, yellow. They go in the wrong way. Yellow. They go in the wrong way. Yellow. They go in the wrong way. They go in the wrong way.
For there is a wind of change, it blowing through the Spice Island.
Listen to the people, Mr. PM. Don't play with the Canadian people. Cause the wind is turning around. At all. Like all you did only plan how to win. And after that, all you can do a thing. At all. Poor people balling, they can't eat a meal. So what? It's like all you deaf and can't hear that still. Still waiting for one project to take off. Like it's only Nazim how them could start. But prepare yourself and ban your belly. Cause the wind turn around heading back for me. So I said the wind of change, it blowing in the next direction. Man, the wind of change, it blowing back where he came from. Yeah, the people out on the street, we want kids, we want kids. Man, they say they're tired, they can't take it. We want kids, we want kids. Man, the country balling, it's sick. We want kids, we want kids. So they need a doctor to come fix it. We want kids, we want kids. Yeah, the young men out on the block. Man, they say they're tired of the old talk. Listen to them. Every day is blah, 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 blah. That alone. And they can't see action to back it up. Oh, Lord God. Woo! I say be careful, the wind turning around. Be careful. Woo! PM like the whole country on a halt. Like your cabinet brain locked in a vault. It looks so. Teachers pondering on what they go do. The bushing program, all you cut that too. Poor people, sir. 600 million as they say he have. Why you still living for people to stop? No talk about corruption anymore. Don't fool of yourself, cause the people know. They know, they know. So I said the wind of change, it blowing in the next direction. Man, the wind of change, it blowing back where he came from. Yeah, the people out on the street, we want kids, we want kids. Man, they say they're tired, they can't take it. We want kids, we want kids. All you know, all you lie and cheat. We want kids, we want kids. But payback is a son of a hole. We want kids, we want kids. Hear the young ladies in the tongue. Listen to them. And they say they're tired of run around. They say they can't wait for another year. Keep playing your deaf and all you can't hear. Listen, but I said the wind of change is blowing in the next.
And a good night to you, Grenada, Carriacou, and Peter Martinique. Once again, it is time for Talking Points. My name's Sheldon Scott. I'm here with you up until the 10 o'clock hour. It's now 10 minutes after you're of 8 o'clock on the Spice Isle of Grenada. Yes, I've been here, just letting you enjoy some of the music. I know some of you just like to some of you just like to hear it again. Let me pull that one from the top, man.
For there is a wind of change, it blowing through the Spice Island.
Listen to the people, Mr. PM. Don't play with the Canadian people, because the wind is turning around. That's all. Like all you did, only plan how to win. And after that, all you can do are thing. At all, poor people balling, they can't eat a meal. So what? It's like all you deaf and can't hear that still. Still waiting for one project to take off. Like it's only Nazim how them could start. But prepare yourself and bang your belly, cause the wind turn around heading back for we. So I said the wind of change is blowing in the next direction. Man, the wind of change is blowing back where he came from. Hear the people out on the street. We want kids, we want kids. Man, they say they're tired, they can't take it. We want kids, we want kids. Man, the country balling is sick. We want kids, we want kids. So they need a doctor to come fix it. We want kids, we want kids. Hear the young men out on the block.
So remember, folks, this Thursday from 8 p.m.,
Every day.
Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, he'll be doing a special interview. And you all are invited to tune in. You can tune in via Talking Points, yeah.
So be careful.
Well, you know Talking Points, go have it locked. So you can tune into Talking Points. You can tune into our website, the WeNoiseFM.com, as well as TheRealFMGrenada.com.
Like your cabinet
You can tune in to our YouTube page, also the NNP YouTube page. You can tune into Talking Points Facebook page, NNP's Facebook page, Dr. Mitchell's Facebook page, Real 91.9 FM. Yeah, you can join their Facebook page as well. You'll also be able to see it on the MTV Facebook page. Yes, the MTV News. And on radio, we'll be on 91.9 FM, on 91.5, that's Real FM. We FM, 93.9, 93.3. We'll be on We FM approximately 1 hour later. So they'll be a little delayed by 1 hour on We FM. Sister Isle FM, 92.9 FM in Carriacou, will be on from 8. And We Noise Radio in Brooklyn. Yeah, you know they're on with us every single night. Good night to you, Wade. All right, and they're on 94.9. Also, we will be live from 8 p.m. on MTV. Yeah, so you could look for MTV on terrestrial radio. You could look for them on cable and so on. I ain't cable TV in years. I know. Yeah, but they're on channels 9, 10, and 18. So it's 9 and 10 is on cable and 18 is on terrestrial, I think. Yeah, I will find out, yeah.
We healthcare system, well, that's in array. No talk, no medication, so them nurses.
So remember, tomorrow night from 8 p.m., the man himself, former Prime Minister, leader of the opposition,
Big lie, plenty people now they living like back.
Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell.
They say they can't wait for another.
He will be live, right on this frequency that you're listening to this program on right now. Yeah, however you're listening, he'll be right here. Yes.
Direction, man,
And many others, all right?
blowing back.
Hey, look for us on Instagram and all. We're going all day, yeah. We're on YouTube, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on television, we're on radio, yeah. And we're still on several websites. So remember, tomorrow night from 8 p.m., there's only one place to be, and that's tuned in to that special interview by Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell. Yeah, before I move forward, I feel I want to play one more before I move forward,
everybody singing one song.
What is singing?
Election coming there, you know who they're voting for. But you have a kind of chorus they were singing tonight.
Let me play that one for Tavani. Tavani, I know you're listening. I'm playing that one for you. Gertrude, I'm playing that one for you too. Yeah.
Even they see when again we crying, even they see when again we balling. I know.
Me partner till he meet me, I tell you he vex like hell. He says Spider Grenade and go vote back Dr. Mitchell. I said till he 5 years now you there, you don't have to vex. And Grenadian people are stupid, they know where to put the X and the thing in no cookie eye. No cookie eye.
Who you voting? Tell me, who you voting?
What squad? No cookie eye. No cookie eye. Lingan.
Who you voting? Tell me, who you voting?
Instead of NDC walking to build the country, look how they fighting like dog and cat in their own party. Some NDC supporters say they can't take no more, and they make Tillman get so vexed. Till the fire Joe and they singing no cookie eye, no cookie eye.
Who you voting? Tell me, who you voting?
What squad? No cookie eye, no cookie eye. Lingan.
Who you voting? Tell me, who you voting? Even they see when again we crying, even they see when again we balling, even they see when again we crying.
Yes, so remember tomorrow night. Good night to you, Joyce. Good night to you. And I'm seeing Errol, Agnes, Maria, Wilma, Lorna. I'm seeing all of you. Nursey, Onaika. Good night to you, my dear. And a very special happy birthday to you, Onika Charles. Yeah, Nursey. A very special happy birthday to you, Nursey. All right. Antonito, good night to you and your lovely wife. Good night to you, Natalia. Henry Shaitan, good night to you. Stephanie John, Gemma Beavis, what's up, girl? A special good night to you. Oswald, I think I called out Oswald before. Yeah, Fitzroy, Wilfred, Brother Watts, good night to you. Michelle, Gloria, Dale, Anastasia, Alcy. And let me see. I'm seeing Michelle Alexander. I'm seeing Gloria. Jocelyn Matheson, good night to you. Christine Otley, you're always on, eh? Special good night to you, Christine. Eliza, Miriam, Hermina, good night to you. And Andrews. Denise Joseph, good night. Anna Barbara, good night to you. And Matthew Bowen, of course, out there in Brooklyn. You always just let us know what temperature it is. When it's good, it's good. When it's bad, it's bad. Matthew does let us know. Jackie, good night. And Sherma, good night, my love. Kathleen, I'm seeing Gavin. What's up, bro? Yeah, so I'm seeing Listra, good night. Errol, so good night to all of you out there on the YouTube. And let me see. Veronica, Gil, Ann, Wendy, Ann McGuire, good night. Teresa, Louisa, Joycelyn, Francois, and let me see, Wendy Ann McGuire. Well, no, I called Wendy Ann already. Linda Imelda Francois, Teresa Collymore, and let me see who is there. Shaman, yeah, Ragbasing, good night to you. Paula Teka, Sharon, Landon, McLean, good night to you. ShopRite Duncan, what's up, cuz? And let me see. Hey, Claude Abraham, bro, it's been a while, man. Good night. I know you're usually on, but I mean, I haven't seen you for a while. Yeah, Sean L, good night. Shemi, well, I know Shemi must be dead. Jesse Sherry, good night to you. Cindy, and let me see. Olive, good night. Norma, yeah. Well, Antonito, you're all over, boy. Petra, good night. Jillian, good night to each and every one of you who have joined us via the live. Remember to like and share the live. All right, like and share the live.
NMP, St. George's to St. Andrews, St. Patrick's to St. David's. Chantimel to Mount Raven, L'amour to St. Mark. We're on the road. NMP on the road. NMP guide us. We're on the road. Go tell our enemy.
Yes, So let me just say, I was looking at going through my WhatsApp, and somebody sent a message to me, and it was the MP for South St. George. They were in the Limes, and they went down to that project in the Limes there, because the Limes playing field, there is work taking place there, and there has been a lot of work taking place there since before the general election. In fact, Senator, the Honorable Norland Cox, was directly involved in doing all the work that you're seeing taking place in the Limes right now, from the fixing of the road itself. Remember the road in the Limes when you're going in there before? Yeah, you start to wonder if you should really pass there or just go down the stretch and try to come wrong and all kind of thing, because the road was extremely bad going into the Limes. And Senator the Honorable Norland Cox got that fixed. And then there was work taking place on the playing field itself to level it off, to try to get it to one level, and putting in the pavilion and so, yes. And also lights and so on, lights in there. I know you also had a project with lights in Springs. And so several things, and organizing for the basketball court in the Limes and all of that. So I was very surprised when I saw the MP for the South of St. George down there giving the impression like that's his project. Like he was the one that got all of that done. And the thing is, they wouldn't even say, well, we're holding our official ceremony and something. Let me call Senator Cox, because he was the one that really initiated that project. It was something that the people of the Limes spoke to him about, said they wanted, asked for, and that he ensured that it was done. But we're not hearing any kind of thing like that. They're opening things left, right. I mean, they ain't asking nobody to come around. They're acting like a drunk man in a rum shop. When you open meat in a corn beef, you ain't want nobody come. When they open the thing, it's only them. They ain't want nobody come. But they had nothing to do with the actual project taking place. So I've seen that, and I was wondering, but what's going on here? Why are they giving the impression like they are the ones that have done the developments that are taking place in the Limes? And we have a call on the line. Good night.
Sheldon,
Hi.
that basketball court had done by Miss Ann David and Twine.
That was already there. But I know some refurbishment on it took place under Senator
but the
Cox.
resurfacing of the road, because when they was doing the playing field, the road, the bank had cut, and Senator Cox had done it and resurfaced the road. All that had done by Senator Nolan Cox.
Yeah. Yes. The caller is gone. Yeah. So yes, we know the basketball court was done initially. When the basketball court was done, it was done by then Senator Ann David and Twine. What I'm saying is that there's work that took place there recently in relation to refurbishment, like the siding and so on, and I believe they put lights and so, and I know that Senator Cox was the one who was involved in getting those things done. So I'm very surprised now to see with the pavilion that's there and so, that man posing off and thing like it's them that do it. I mean, at least acknowledge, you're the MP, you have all right to go, you could go and pose as much as you want, but I'm saying, in all right, I mean, just say that, hey, the former person, we want to thank them for getting that project, getting the funding together for that project, initiating the project, making sure that there were contractors and everything was taking place in relation to those projects. Don't just try to give the impression that you just come in and it's you that doing that. No, you can't do that kind of thing. No. I ain't liking that. Nah. It's the same thing. I mean, it's like the project that we see taking place on the Kirani James Boulevard. They've inserted themselves into an existing project. Because as I've said, and I'm not going to do it tonight, next week, we're going to do a certain program next week. All I'm going to say is that we're going to be doing a specific program next week, all right? Yeah, but they are giving the impression to you that they are the driving force behind what is taking place on the lagoon. Yeah? But when the negative fallout from it is coming, when the fishermen are saying that, hey, we've been chased away from here, we've been told to go up in Grand Mall. You heard on this program during last week, a fisherman who has a vessel there, since the year 1974, they've had vessel there. And now they're being told, go Grand Mall and pull up your vessel and that kind of thing. Yeah, so that no allowance is made for people who traditionally have had their boats there. And remember, some of these people are people that are living right around there in the Lagoon, Belmont, Jean Anglais area. And they have their vessel down there. They go and they ply their trade and they come back and they have the vessel down there. Now, no one is saying that we can't have any sorts of development taking place and that kind of thing. But at least it has to be done in a reasonable manner. Yeah, it has to be done in a reasonable manner. Hey, good night to you, Leroy. I see you. And yes, I mentioned you already, Joyce. And to the crew inside the Talking Points chat there, a special good night to you all. Yeah. So I'm seeing this post. I can't pull it up yet. I'm seeing this post there saying that after 8 years, the Limes pasture will finally be restored. That project started prior to June 23rd. And the good thing is that while people who do not live in the Limes or do not frequent the Limes would not know. So the vast majority of people that are not voters in the Limes, they would not know that this project was an ongoing project that was met by the NDC and that project is now being continued. So the vast majority of people may not know that. All right? But the people who live in the Limes, speak to them. Ask them if it's Andy Williams that doing the resurfacing at the Limes playing field. Ask them if it's he that put in the pavilion that he's hanging out by there right now. Ask them if he is responsible for conceptualizing, getting the funds together, and organizing to have that done. There was some community involvement in that project as well. The people in the area were directly involved in that project as well. I can tell you that because I know. And that was from since before the election last year. So 1 minute, they're trying to take over the credit for the project in the Limes like it's theirs. Next minute, they're trying to take all the credit for the project in the Lagoon like it's theirs. Yeah? They came into the ministry. They met a project for the removal of derelict vehicles. Well, thank goodness. I realized that they finally located the area that I'm located here. And they've started removing some of the vehicles in the area here. So we'd like to congratulate them on finally realizing there's a location inside here because they're continuing that work. I hope they continue tomorrow. I realize they've moved a couple and there are some more to move. So we're thankful for that. But at the same token, I'm saying at least acknowledge that you met these things in play. Guys, see the minister talking about who have belly and who don't have belly and thing. Yeah, who have belly to go and say they do think that is nothing to do with that. I mean, yes, you're the minister and you're the Minister of Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation. You're the MP for the South. Nice. But what is taking place on the Lagoon Road has little to nothing to do with you. Yeah? Especially in that area, that zone between Brighton and Miners going back to the Port Louis area has very, very little, if anything, to do with the minister. But you see them posing there because they want to give the impression that, hey, this taking place is me. We have to understand that there are things that happen because of people and there are things that happen in spite of people. A lot of what the NDC administration is attempting to take credit for now is happening not because of them, but in spite of them. Because if you want to speak about what has happened because of them, we could speak about $70 million that they've lost on the Western Main Road. That has happened because of them. We can speak of the slowdown of the Molyneux project. The fact that it doesn't seem as, well, I don't really know if anything at all is going on in Molyneux right now. That has happened not in spite of, it has happened because of them. Yeah? And we see the same thing in River Road. Are you seeing the level of activity that you were seeing prior to elections and then even immediately after elections? Are you seeing that volume of activity taking place in River Road? And so definitely not. And that has happened not in spite of the government, but because of the NDC administration. So there are things that happen because of them and there are things that happen in spite of them. What you see taking place in the Limes, that is happening in spite of them. It was there before. It is just being continued. Yeah? And there are many other projects. So them run up to Lavera and they cutting thing and who get gold and shovel all kind of thing. That has happened in spite of and not because of. Yeah? So you're seeing one or two things happening, and what they're doing is trying to put themselves, they're trying to place themselves into the story. So I don't know if many of you used to read the Ladybird little story books. Yeah, I used to love reading Ladybird story books, and so all those different stories, the Three Little Bears and all those kind of things. Right. This is like you cut out your picture and you paste it inside one of those storybooks, and they're trying to insert themselves into the story. Yeah? So you might see the Three Little Bears and Andy. Because they keep trying to insert themselves into different things. Because remember, the only successful program that has been launched by the National Democratic Congress since the 23rd of June last year has been the Send Home program, otherwise known as WASH. Who are sending home? Yeah, that's what the acronym stands for. Who are sending home? The only successful program that has been initiated by the National Democratic Congress. Yeah? That, and they take out the 150 from Poor and Vulnerable People program. That's what they've done. And there are still people hurting over that. If they think that the pain of what they have done to the seed recipients has subsided. I realized the other day they sent out a news release saying that how they're cleaning up the list and so on. And you know, the thing is that there was a constant process of removing people from the list. You would have somebody that might have been unemployed and they found a job and so, and they would come in and they would say, hey, I found a job, no longer need to be in. Or you may find out, if that person didn't have time come in, you may find out, and that person, you speak to them, you remove them from the list. But how do you remove a disabled person from the list and say that how their means have improved? How do you remove a person in their 70s or their 80s or their 90s and claim that their circumstances have improved? Because right now, it's not a sanitization of the list. That's not what's taking place right now. What's taking place is similar to what was taking place in the concentration camps in Germany back in 1942 and 43 and 44 and 45. That is what is taking place with that seed list right now. It's a genocide that's taking place when it comes to the removal of people in need from that list. Then with the claims that, oh, these are people and the people that shouldn't be on the list are on the list, and people in prison receiving seed and all sorts of nonsense like that. And I'm sure even if they find a situation like that, it might be one, it might be two, and it may very well be a situation that the parent was the person receiving for their children, the parent was imprisoned, and therefore the children were receiving. They wouldn't come and explain it to you, you know. They would just say people in prison and they're receiving seed. They throw up that red herring to you. So people in prison and they're receiving seed. So all of the supporters start running all over the place. Oh, they had people in prison receiving seed and people who was working receiving seed and all this sort of thing. There was a constant program of removal of people. For instance, they say it had dead people on the list. Listen, how much dead people are on the voters list right now? I'm sure it probably have at least over 100 dead people on the voters list right now. You know why there are more than likely over 100 dead people on the voters list right now? There are people that have died this week. The voters list has not been cleansed this week. And therefore, the next voters list, if nobody reports that person A or person B has died, will still be on the voters list and may stay on that voters list up to the next election if nobody goes through the process of reporting to the Parliamentary Electoral Office that person A has died. And then the office can verify that that person has died and therefore their name can be struck from the list. It's the same thing when it comes to seed. You would have people who are on the seed program and may have died this week. They may die next week. The person who is responsible for informing may not inform in time. So while their name may be on the list, I'm pretty sure if they're dead, that they ain't going and collect. And if they have been died, if they're dead and people are collecting on their behalf, then that's a criminal matter that has to be dealt with in the court. And I ain't see one person, not one, has been arrested for anything like that. I haven't seen one person been cautioned or police questioned or FIU come to somebody. Not one. Because if somebody is in prison and they were receiving seed on their name for their children and somebody else was collecting it and passing it on to the children, then yes, the person is in prison, but the seed money is being paid to where it's supposed to go for what it's supposed to go for. But they throw out all of these kind of things out there because they want to tie you up. They want you to start to think that things have been so bad with the seed program. They want you to forget. They want you to forget those couple thousand people who they have taken that $150 from. The people who have to buy medication and cannot do it. And they can't even try to get it in the general hospital, you know. They ain't getting the medication there. They ain't getting high blood pressure medication you don't have. These are the sort of things that people, especially in the Caribbean, as I said, I was looking at a video the other day with a Jamaican doctor, and he was saying that there seems to be a factory fault in black people in the Caribbean, that we have a disposition to high blood pressure. No, it's just the diet that we in the Caribbean have. We have a type of diet here that is different to the diet that our brothers and sisters in Africa would be using, or even our brothers and sisters in some parts of South America. Some is pretty much the same, but in South America are using, and so. And it's, in some instances, been aligned now with the diet that we have in North America. So you see a lot of fast food and these different things. So you tend to say we have a factory fault. So we tend to suffer a lot with high blood pressure and diabetes in the Caribbean. And while we have a situation where a lot of people are suffering with that here in Grenada, that's one of the medication that they're running short on. And this is the same people that are talking about building a new hospital. The same people that are saying they're going to build a new hospital can't even put medication in the one that exists. That's the same people. The same people that are saying they're going to improve healthcare. And again, I don't have a problem. I don't think anybody in the New National Party would have a problem with a brand new hospital that offers services that the poor and vulnerable of Grenada and everybody else would be able to access, that can save lives, that can improve livelihoods, that can make for a more healthy nation. I don't think any patriotic Grenadian would have a problem with that. Right? I don't think so. But just be straight up and say that, look, now you're looking to sell the area where the present hospital is, and that is the driving force behind you trying to rush now. Because again, remember I was telling you last week, they like to rush. Try to rush now to secure lands and say that you're going and build hospital in a location in Calivini. I don't know how many of you drive there, but if you look at that junction where you can go up to Woburn, you can go up to Monjaloo. And so that little junction right there, or you could go down to where they have the amusement park place there. And so, between that junction and Woodlands Junction, if you're doing any hospital, you have to, one, widen that road and deal with the slippage that's taking place in that road. Now, I know that that area was part of a bigger project. I don't know if the funding has been lost for that project too. But there was a project to deal with that area between Woodlands and going up there. Where sometimes if you're driving, by the time you bust the corner, you realize a big truck coming and you have to try and hold tight to your end. A cokie flex can pass between you and the side of the rocks and thing there. Yes. So if you're looking to put a hospital there, there are other things that you have to take into consideration, including the roadway, access, and so the fact that people on the West Coast, if they're coming down, they have to come down. I would think that the way to go is to ensure that the facilities in St. John is upgraded so that less people have to come down. Because you have people sometimes, they have a cut on the finger, they have this, and They leave quite where they are, probably on the West Coast, and they come down to town to get that stitched or something like that. When things like that could be dealt with in a facility, if the facility exists and is properly staffed and is properly equipped in the West Coast. The same goes for the East Coast. Yeah? But you tend to see a lot of people come down to the general hospital because they get a bad cut, or they get this, or they get that, and they come down for that, when it's something that could probably have been dealt with out in those areas. But again, it takes vision. It takes vision. It takes things happening because of you and not in spite of you. Because right now, we have government ministers in this country and we ain't feeling them. Let me hear all you. We ain't feeling them. We have government ministers here, and it's like they're receiving a salary. Well, it's not every month again because of Friday. It's going to be every 2 weeks. So they're receiving a salary, and it's like they're receiving a salary just to carry the name minister. So you have the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Now, let me tell you all something. I've known ministers of foreign affairs, right? I know when the late Elvin Nimrod was Minister of Foreign Affairs, when you hear Elvin Nimrod leave Grenada and he goes somewhere and he come back, it's $2.5 million for that project, it's £5 million towards that project, is we've secured a grant of 500,000 euros for this specific project, or we have access to $80 million for that, or so on. That's when the late Elvin Nimrod was your Minister of Foreign Affairs. When we had Mr. Peter David under the last NDC administration as Minister of Foreign Affairs. Yeah? And even under the New National Party, when he goes out and he come back, is a $2 million for that, a $1 million for this, yeah, a $5 million there, $10 million here. He come back with something, right? When Oliver Joseph was Minister of Foreign Affairs, when he come back, same story again, $1 million here, a $2 million there, a $3 million so, that sort of thing. Yeah? So you had people with the capacity, and no, I didn't call all of the ministers of foreign affairs that you had, but I was just giving an example of some of them, because I know, for instance, you had people like Dr. Modest was a minister of foreign affairs for a period of time, if I'm remembering correctly, and so, yeah, but I'm saying that when they went out, they didn't go out to grin teeth and say, "May Colgate walk in." They didn't go out to eat finger food and say, "I'm the Minister of Foreign Affairs for Grenada." They came back with something tangible for the Grenadian people for the salary that they're being paid on a monthly basis. So what has been the greatest achievement of the present Minister of Foreign Affairs? What has been his greatest achievement? Somebody, one of you could probably message me or call me and tell me what has been, and we're going down the road there. What has been the greatest achievement of the present Minister of Foreign Affairs? Outside of his ministry, providing jobs for Miss Andrea St. Bernard, yeah, Mr. Trevor Lane, who we're hearing is the uncle of the Minister of Health, is now the special envoy, the diplomat in the Ministry of Health. Yeah, to Mr. Orlando Romaine, who on all board. In fact, Orlando on so much board, they say like he working in M&M Hardware. Lumber for so, he on board, so he on board, so he on top board, so they say maybe working on the truck because he on top board for so. So he, apart from that, is an advisor to the government of Grenada and still a special envoy on behalf of the government of Grenada. Meanwhile, the young people that was jumping up, hey, on the campaign, only doing live right now and cussing. And they have a right to do their live and cuss. Me ain't calling name. All you know who they is. All you been seeing them for the last couple weeks. They have a right to open their mouth and cuss. Because you can't find a look at joking for one of them on a board. But you could put a man on 3 and 4 boards, still put him as an advisor, and still come back and put him as a special envoy. Meanwhile, people who was campaigning for them with a university degree sit down home. Sister, you know me. You know we just drop it. I agree with you. You know he doesn't tell you nothing when it comes to politics. We good. But I agree with you. We have a caller online. Hello? Oh boy, it seems as though... No, I hit the... I'm sure. Hello? Oh, yeah. I think I hit the wrong one. Hello, good night.
Hey, Sheldon, how you doing?
I'm quite fine.
Man, good program as usual. Keep calling them out.
Yes, sir.
I want to ask you one question. Has the NDC government raised any fund, lobby for any funds for any project since they came into office in the last 10 months?
Illegally so, yes. They started illegally so they have done that when they started the National Susu at the Wester Hall School, breaching every single... They breached about 4 to 5 sections of the Public Finance Act of 2015. They broke the law and say they're having you realize, since I did the program and I speak about how they breached the law, they've never mentioned that word National Susu again.
Okay.
You realize we shut them up.
Right.
They have never come out and say it again.
And it seems to me that they are very spontaneous. They're just doing things in a spontaneous way. There is no plan program to say, well, this is what we're going to do for the next 2 years or for the next 5 years. We just see things coming up, hospital, hotels, but there is no strategic plan in terms of the agenda.
I'm telling you, today I decided to take a look at some of the ministries and see if anything, even formative. In other words, you may not see the end product yet, but at least that formative work is taking place in there that can tell you that a minister is earning their salary. Right now, these people who have taken a $2,000 per month raise when they take out $150 from poor people that they don't pay any tax on, when you look at what they have done in the period of time that they've gotten that raise, man, best to take a $5,000 all for the salaries.
And they claim that the Monkuma project is their project. I mean, we know who did it. You couldn't build that Monkuma project in 9 months. There's no way.
The monkeys in Granatang know that the Monkuma project was done by the New National Party, much less everybody else.
And what about the Molyneux project that they should have completed on the Western Main Road project? Have they completed? Are they working on the Molyneux project?
Project seems to have been stalled. Yeah, nothing going on up there. Tati, Tati, message me. Tell me if anything going on in Molyneux. From what I'm hearing, it seems to have been stalled. And that's what's going on with most of the projects. You're seeing them stalling right now. But then remember, where is the money going to come from into the economy for the government to make that money to be able to deal with these projects? One of the biggest income earners for this government right now outside of the port, it's when folks like you outside of Grenada send money to your friends, your family, your relatives here. The international money transfers, that's what they're making a set of money on right now. But that in itself means that the state of your economy is so bad.
You're talking about remittance from abroad.
Yeah. It means that the state of your economy is so bad that people have to continue depending on their family overseas.
Right.
Whereas if things were working out here in the way that they keep giving the impression that everything is nice and hunky-dory, people would not have to consistently be leaning on family members outside of Grenada.
And what is more disgusting, they're taking credit for a project that they haven't even started. I mean, that is ridiculous. I mean, I think the Grenadian people have, they know much better than that.
Yeah, I believe so as well.
Anyway, brother, keep calling them out.
Yes, of
because
course.
You call them out on that bill, and they did come forward and speak about it.
I think they actually think the discussion on that bill is over. No, it's just starting.
So they're going to pass that bill?
It's passed already. They've passed it.
Already, so that's law of the land.
I have to check the Gazette. I honestly did not check the Gazette this weekend. I have to check the Gazette, the government Gazette, to see if indeed it has been gazetted and signed by the Governor General.
Right.
My recommendation to the Governor General is don't sign it. There's no law that says that you have to sign it.
Of course.
I don't think that she should. But that's just
Anyway,
me.
keep calling her my brother.
All right, thank you.
Good night.
All right. Yes, indeed. 440-7377. Wonder how that happens. Look like my thing switched around again. Yeah, I'll fix it. Yeah, 440-7377. That's the number you can call to get onto the inside. And 347-329-3101, like that wonderful caller just called. And you can call us on the overseas line, especially if you're in North America, wherever you are in North America. For the Americans say it, Dr. Pancho, the Americans say it, from sea to shining sea. Yeah, from New York to California. Yeah, from wherever in North America. Also in Canada, because Canada is part of North America. Wherever you are, you can call us on 347-329-3101. So again, what are the achievements? What are the achievements of the Minister of Foreign Affairs? Well, the people in the constituency say they ain't seen him. They say forget that. They don't. The two representatives for St. Patrick's, they say play Brian London song for them when last you see a MP, because they doesn't see them. They say forget that. Right? They doesn't see them. A lot of people already say don't even come in front of my door because we ain't interested in hearing nothing all you have to say. Whether it's all you that coming back and run, or somebody else that come in and run and all you come in and walk with them, don't come. We don't want to hear all you. We don't want to hear about all your party. So where is the Minister of Foreign Affairs? What has he really done? Well, you're going to say that he negotiated to pay a loan to the Libyan government from back in the days of the revo. Hello, they have about 4 governments in Libya. So he paid one. So okay, let's say that government gets knocked over, taken over, that zone that government is operating from is taken over by one of the other factions. And they claim now you pay them people, you didn't pay us, so that debt is still on the books. What if one of the other factions now becomes the overall rulers of Libya? It is dumb, dunce, and intentionally dishonest to come to the Grenadian people to say that you pay the Libyans. Which Libyans you pay? Because some countries in Europe represent, they recognize one grouping. The Americans, they represent one grouping. Different people recognize different groupings. So which grouping is the correct one? Which one did you pay? But they come and they fly in that flag like some major achievement. We take a couple $1 million because remember, they went in and they meet a lot of money. So they say they went and they paid the Libyan government. Which Libyan government? All you do is you help fund the war. Because the money that you paid most likely went into weaponry for that grouping to try and take over from another grouping. That is a fact. That is what you do. But they're trying to give the impression any little school child could tell you without the use of Google that there's more than one government in Libya. So what has the Ministry of Finance achieved for you, the people of Grenada? Have they been able to bring in investment? It doesn't seem so, because they just hired Miss St. Bernard to be a special envoy for investment. So maybe the minister is incompetent or incapable of bringing in investment. So they're trying to get Miss St. Bernard to go out and do that job on behalf of the Grenadian people. So we know that so far, yes, going into the 10th month, he has not been able to do that. All right? Because what have they been able to do? What achievements have you seen from that ministry? What can they wave a flag and say that after 1 year, these are achievements of our ministry? You look back at 2013 and you look at the first year of the new National Party coming back into office, when you had Elvin G. Nimrod going out there, and every time Nimrod come back, he come back with something. Every time he come back with something. You know, as a little child, every time my father coming home from work, I always waiting until my father reach, and as soon as he reach inside and he rest down that bag, I in it. Used to walk with a kind of leather bag, and every time he put the bag down, I'm the first one. I want to reach there before my elder brother, because I know he bring a packer. He used to have some kind of chocolate coated nuts and thing. He used to bring that for me. Sometime he used to bring KFC and thing. And he always used to have the newspapers, the daily newspapers, and I used to read all the daily newspapers. So I used to go for the newspapers and to see if he bring home KFC or he bring home chocolate for me. Every time daddy reach, I go in daddy bag. But this daddy going out and he don't coming back with nothing but stories. All they're coming back with is memories. Yeah? All they're coming back with are memories. And then I'm asking myself, because I'm seeing different activities taking place, and usually I'd see Mr. Adrian Joseph, the chief of protocol. I'd see him around, but I realize I ain't seen him. So let me ask the question tonight. Where's Mr. Adrian Joseph? He worked in the prior NNP prior to 2008. He worked in the period of the NDC. He worked in the period of the NNP when the NNP came back. Very respected, regionally and internationally. All of a sudden, I ain't seen him. What? Mole find that the man work in the last NNP, so he shouldn't work. No, what's the problem? I just find I ain't seen Mr. Adrian Joseph. Because we know that there are people that like to spite individuals simply because they were working under the new National Party. So what achievement does the Ministry of Foreign Affairs have to show for the last few months? Mr. Prime Minister, when you shuffle proper, we have a caller online.
Hey, Brother Sheldon.
Hi, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm okay.
Yes, sir.
Brother
Go right
Sheldon,
ahead.
the most achievement the NDC made from 2023 to up to this time.
2022.
Is from 2022 to up to this time is deceiving the greater people, and by the 9 winning the
Wait.
that they run.
Some of the Grenadian people, they ain't deceiving
Yeah,
me.
some.
I make them out.
Deceiving some of the greater people.
Nobody listening here
Aye.
that deceiving. We make them out.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead, yeah.
By deceiving some of the Ghanaian people, and then we need the seat that we run, and coming to government, they take $2,000 more on the salary. Even the $2,000 more they took on the salary, they don't working for the $2,000. So that's the achievement that they made. And all what they continue to do is to mislead still continue to mislead. Like, even forget the election over and they are now in power to govern, but they still campaigning. They still campaigning on lies. But I always say, when you lie, people have no trust in you. Because this is your lie will cut up you. And when your lie cut up with you, there's nothing you could say to give the greater people again. But you might hold some, but the majority of them that you hold in the 2022 election, it will last some. Because they will see through you. And Brother Sheldon, I want to say to the Ghanaian people, if we say we love our country and we are a Christian nation, we have to stand up for what is right. Right? Because as parents, we cannot say we love our children and we see we children doing wrong things and we accept them, we embracing them. And if you love someone or you hate someone, you have to tell them what they do is wrong. Let it change their attitude. When you have people backing you, one day to come, you're going to fall. And I always say the people who advise you and tell you going the wrong way, those who think that hate you and they don't like you. But if someone like you, Brother Sheldon, and you're going the wrong way, they should be man enough to say, Brother Sheldon, what you do is wrong. And you should be man enough to accept to know that you are not perfect. You will do wrong. But they say only a big man will understand that and know that he knows that what he doing is wrong. But there are some people they feel a little big to accept when they're doing wrong. But the same people, the same persons, when they quickly point out to you where you're going wrong. But when they're going wrong, nobody shouldn't tell them anything. So, Brother Sheldon, I'll say, greater, every country is run by a constitution, and we, the people of Greater Carriacou and Peter Martin, we have a right to speak. Once we do it in a respectful way. So, Brother Sheldon, that's my population.
All right. Thank you so very much. Yeah, so let me move off of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs because let me go foreign on the Ministry of Foreign Affairs because really and truly nothing of significance is taking place there. Right now, the biggest achievement we've seen from them are friends for their jobs. No, I'm not saying that's the case in all instances. I've already said I believe some of the young people they've given the opportunity to become diplomats on behalf of Grenada. I look forward to seeing them achieving great things for their country. Yes, they may be new to it, but I think that some of those young people have the capability. All right? So I'm not going to just sit here and say, well, all of them. But it's obvious they put Black Wizard down in Trinidad because they don't want Black Wizard to create any problems in St. Andrews. So you give him a diplomatic posting, you put him down in Trinidad so that you could get the new people who you could control to put in St. Andrews right now to push your NDC agenda in St. Andrews. I'm not saying that Black Wizard was not pushing an NDC agenda. He was just not pushing a pro-Deacon Mitchell agenda. Yeah? It's the same thing with Glenn Noel. Yeah? They put him, look where they put him, all the way in Cuba. Why did they put him in Cuba? Not just because they think that he's competent or something. They needed to get rid of him from the island. They didn't want him creating problems for them politically on the island. So they heave him in Cuba. Yeah? And then you see the special envoys, as they call them. The people that they need, because one is treasurer, one is PRO. The next one, we see the name popping up in papers. They're saying that this person said they could have raised how much money for them, for the party and all kind of thing. And then we hearing the allegation that that individual is the uncle of the Minister of Health, and now he's a special envoy in the Ministry of Health. And somebody was asking me a while ago about the gene pool. Yeah, the gene pool real small when it comes to NDC. So some of UNO who walk until all your sandals bust behind the National Democratic Congress. Right now, we're still waiting. We have a call online. Good night.
Sheldon.
Hi, my dear. How are you?
I'm listening to you stating that the people are them causing for war. Sheldon, for the past few years, you didn't listen how these people are them so disrespect in this country. They believe they would have taken the people and these people and them and put inside parliament or put inside the upper house or give them a job inside this. No, you didn't. You never see these people and them.
You want to know? You want me to tell you something honestly?
Yeah.
Myself, if I am going through on social media, there are certain lives that I see going on, like somebody having a live, and I just pass it straight.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, I'm that type of person. Unless I believe that that person is a person who would understand the topic, I pass straight.
Carnival gone. And what time was Carnival? The person who calls in and saying they don't get job and they this and they that. Sheldon, these people and them was in the Carnival. You don't see how they put their body outside and calling the former prime minister. Sheldon, not because they do that, you believe the prime minister going to go and put these people and them inside parliament.
But he had to but he had to
job. No.
But he had to tell them that. He had to tell them straight up.
But
Hey.
that was the plan. That was the plan. They tell them they would have given them job. And they know they have to conduct themselves if they want to go and walk inside them people place. You don't conduct in yourself. When you're on face, social media is what you're saying, is what you're getting at, is disrespect. And you want to take these people and them and go inside parliament or go inside the ministry or go, not because them people and them is lawless people. They tell themselves they go take any people and put inside the ministry and work. They know they have to conduct themselves as respect people to get the people's job.
But I'm saying
they're on Facebook cursing and this and that and the other. They have to curse. If they conduct themselves as big people, then they would have get a job. The man and the woman are there on social media, and the other one was on the radio station and they beating him out. They don't conduct themselves in Grenada. All of them cutting people throat to get job, but they laugh at them. All of them. They do it in the first NDC. They come back and they do it in the second NDC again. And they know is that he don't have nothing there for them. So they go sit down on social media and curse until the pressure kill them.
We
Have
hope
a
not.
blessed night.
They are our fellow Grenadians, and we hope that the pressure don't kill them, even though it do have
But I tell
tablets.
you, the pressure go kill them because it's how they get it on. You don't watch them how they get it on.
As I said earlier, I tend, unless I know the person is speaking about something that they're supposed to know about, to just
Right.
pass straight. Somebody
That
may
is why
send
I
a
just
clip.
Say, when you hear they call in the radio station, I just listen and learn and learn by people's speech.
Okay.
But if people don't talking thing to meet me and thing to educate me, I does not like to listen.
Yeah, I
don't
understand.
listen things like that. So I don't,
All right.
sometimes when they call Mr. Pierre station and they don't say nothing to for me to educate myself, I just call upon Mr. Pierre and I say when people talking, you have people listening and people just educate themselves by talking.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not talking thing to meet me, I would not listen to you.
I understand.
So that is it for the night, Sheldon.
All right, my dear.
All right.
What I'm saying is, first of all, understand how I am. There are certain live videos that people do. I will not watch. I am not into the habit of sitting down and listening to some certain people or watching their live or so. I've heard there have been lives that my name has been called, all sort of things have been said about me. That, in fact, things have been said on certain live programs that legally, if I were to take the people to court, they would end up having to pay me a lot of money. Things have been said in the comment sections of those things. People usually, they make a little clip and they send it to me. They say, well, look what they're saying, and I just ignore it. But understand this. If you know you wasn't going and get them a job, and you know they were putting themselves out and there was nothing behind it, in all fairness, they should have told them that. You understand? If you find is not a person that you want in the front, you are in the middle, you are in the back, you have downstairs, you have mid-floor, you have on top the roof, you have different places you could put them that out of sight. But just to totally ignore a person, nah. I partially siding with them. No, I'm telling you straight. You know me, I just talk straight. I partially siding with them. Yeah? So as I say, people send clips. I see a little clip of this. I see a little clip of that. But me ain't going and sit down. I could be watching some world news or reading about how to program something or how to improve some aspect of the program or how to do something to help one of my children or so. Yeah, time to go and sit down and listen to. I think many of us have to learn that sometimes we are adding to some of the negativity that is out there through social media by providing the audience for these individuals to, as my Dominican friends would say, to welele. We are providing the audience. We are providing the audience by tuning in. And some of the people egging them on with certain things. It has certain people that do live in Grenada I just have never watched and will never watch. I'm just not interested. And I mean, they wouldn't care about that. Just in the same way, I don't care to watch what they have to talk about. I'm just not interested. Yeah? That's just how I think. All right? Nice. 440-7377. You can call us on WhatsApp. I think I just missed one on the WhatsApp. 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. And I want to ask this question. You've got the Minister of Health who likes to talk. And I would like to say that I think it is most important that we improve our health care. And that if we get to the point of providing medication, increasing the number of ambulances, that's what the Minister of Health does, go and play talking and that kind of thing, so? Yeah. What have the achievements of the Ministry of Health been between last year and now? Because remember, they take an increase. You usually give an employee an increase if they're doing a good job. Yeah? If they're doing a good job. Sorry. If they're doing a good job, you give an employee an increase. We have a call online. Good night.
Mr. Scott.
Hi.
Good evening. Good night.
Good night, sir. How are you?
I'm good. I heard you speak about high blood pressure earlier in the program.
Yeah.
And I know it's a big, big issue. Now, a little while back, Miss Cami was having some issues with her blood pressure level. and I heard, I listen on a regular basis, and
Yeah.
she said she almost dropped dead, or whatever term she used. Now, I've been making inquiries as to who, lots of Grenadians have issues with high blood pressure, so I've been making inquiries as who could spare some medicine. So what I've been getting is amlodipine and lisinopril. They're both both blood pressure medicines. I don't know if it's something Miss Kami would be interested in, because in that case, or maybe she needs to talk to her doctor.
Yeah, I would
So
advise
this is
that's what she does.
This is universally used. These two pills, you take one in the morning, one in the night, and it controls the blood pressure. But the thing is, how I can get her a 90-day supply right now. I have friends who would donate a 90-day
That's
supply
wonderful.
and a monthly supply when that is finished. Who do I contact? How do I go about making that happen?
Okay, what you can do is send a WhatsApp to 440-7377. Send me a message there, and I will take it from there with you.
440-7377.
Yeah, WhatsApp me on that number, and I would stay in contact with you and connect you with Cami, and we will take it from there.
Okay.
And I'm sure there are
That sounds
others
good.
that are listening, because one of the problems that has been happening is that people have been going to get that medication at the health facilities and there is none there. So I know that outside of Cami, there may be other people as well. But let's see if that is something that can work with Cami. She would definitely have to speak to her doctor to see if that's
Yes.
the right medication for her and the dosage, etc.
Yes.
But I
All
thank
right.
you so
Well, I
very
can
much
tell
for
you the
looking
dosage-
out.
I could tell you the dosage that been suggested to me. The amlodipine, it's 5 milligrams, and you take that once a day. And the lisinopril is 40 milligrams. You take the lisinopril you take in the morning, the amlodipine in the night. So if that would work for her, I can get her a regular supply.
Of course. And I know she's listening, I know she went up a little early. I don't know if she went and sleep or if she's listening. But I would know if she's listening, she go call in a while.
Well, I'll be listening.
All right. Thank you so very much. So make sure you WhatsApp me. 440-7377. The number is up on the screen. You can WhatsApp me there. The same number that people, not this one, but the Grenada number. You can WhatsApp me there.
Right.
Thank you so very much,
No
sir.
problem.
All right. Great. Thanks.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, talking points. We just get a job done. You understand? It's not just about talking. Yeah, we just actually walk and do things too. Nice? Great. So, folks, 440-7377. And we asked the question, our wonderful Minister of Health. Because, yeah, this thing of the eye in the ear. Yeah, there's other thing of the eye and thing in the ear. When I look at the situation at the General Hospital, there are things that we see there that we would like to improve on. That's why he does move. Yeah. But for all the movements and all the talk, what has been done? You move from a situation where you used to have medication to lack of medication in health facilities. And don't try and lie and say that we say anything happening. People were going recently to do blood tests. They were taking the blood sample from people. And after they took the blood sample from the people, they still tell the people that they're not sure if they're going to get the results of the blood test because they don't have reagents to do the test. We have a caller online. Hello?
Good night and good night to that lovely mister that called. Let's try to help me. Yes.
Of course.
This is what I was saying. What? Hello?
Yeah, we're hearing you. Go ahead.
Yeah, good night. Good night to the mister, yeah. This is the same medication the Dr. Andrew just gave me. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
So I appreciate that. So let me send it to you, Sheldon.
Of course, I'll connect you. I'll connect you.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
I'm sure he'll message in a while.
I was sleeping, Sheldon. I didn't need to sleep. I hear somebody say, Mr. Me, I jump up. I drop a sleep, boy. I come and cook the food, and I drop a sleep. Yeah.
Girl, I get a chance to cook it now to run
I
out.
appreciate it. Thank you very much, sir. Send it to Sheldon for me, please. Yeah.
All right, my dear.
God bless you.
Give me a call back again.
Yeah. All right, darling.
Yes, indeed. I tell all you, no Cammy go call. Call on the WhatsApp, give me a call back. Yeah, somebody was trying to reach me on the WhatsApp, give me a call back. Yeah. Yes, yeah, folks. So I'm trying to figure out for all the ting-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling, what has he achieved? So yeah, some health centers have been refurbished and reopened. They were closed for refurbishment and reopened. The budget for that was done before you became Minister of Health. You had not a damn thing to do with it. So you can't claim that you might cut the ribbon. That is the only thing you had to do. You didn't recognize the problem. You didn't find the funds for it. You didn't get the contractors for it. The only thing you did is go there and cut the ribbon for it. What has the present Minister of Health done that guarantees that he should be receiving $24,000 additional, non-taxable on a yearly basis? We have a call online. Good night.
Good night, Sheldon. How
Good.
are you?
I am always fine, my dear. And how are you tonight?
I'm good.
All right.
Listen, you know, Deacon Mitchell have an aunt. Yeah, his sister, his mom's sister up here. She is not well. She can't even walk properly. So she can't walk. So she was on the SIDAM program. And you know they take her out from the program. They take her out completely from the program.
Well, my dear, if the minister in Carriacou could fire his own aunt, the minister in Carriacou fire his own aunt, you know? Like go home kind of fire, you know?
Here I know, but these people and them, they're getting worse in people's hand. Okay, and another thing, the bridge, the Simon Bridge, that the Tessa was so busy to close down and talk about boots on ground, and they're going to do that project. It is so inconvenient for the bus drivers because they have to make the whole run to drop people in Paris.
Mm-hmm.
So we need that bridge to be fixed ASAP. And the thing is, the woman living right there, she uses that same bridge, but because it's easier for her to go on the other side, actually, maybe that's why she's not paying attention to it. But that bridge needs to be fixed.
No, she only knew about the bridge when election was coming up. They know about bridge now.
She did not even know about the bridge. Is when someone sent the picture on GBN I saw. That's when she went and closed it off. Yep.
Oh,
that's
boy.
when she went and closed it off. So yeah, we need that bridge to be fixed.
Okay, my dear.
ASAP.
All right.
You
Make
have
sure.
yourself a good night.
You know some people that send pictures. You say send pictures. I think send the pictures of the bridge for me when you get a chance.
I think I should have it on my phone still, because the person that sent it to GBN, they sent it to me, and I tell them send it on GBN I saw. So that's how it ended up on GBN I saw.
Mm-hmm.
So I will see if I still have it on my phone.
All right, my dear. Make sure. All right.
Okay, Shara, you keep.
Thank you so very much. All right. And
keep
feel
on
free.
letting us know what's going on in the place.
Make sure you call.
So even if you don't see me on YouTube or Facebook, I'm watching it on YouTube on my TV.
All right.
So I'm always there watching.
All right, my dear.
Right?
Thank you so very much.
And see if I see it for you.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. You have a blessed night.
All right. 440-7377. You can WhatsApp us. You can WhatsApp call us. Or you can call us as well on the... Let me see. What happened there? Them goat hunting on the beach. What kind of thing is that? What going on in Carriacou there? Hey, don't play around with Carriacou. That is home, you know. Don't play that Springs, Carriacou, all them place there is home. Careful all you're doing, you know. And we ain't playing game with me place, you know. Yeah. So what has their achievement been in the Ministry of Health? What of their achievements? None of the health centers that has been refurbished recently had anything to do with them. They were in the budget for 2021, rolled out in 2022. Some of them ended up finishing at the beginning of 2023 and so on, but the funds were there for the work to take place, for it to be completed in time at the beginning of 2023. That had nothing to do with the present Minister of Health or the NDC. As I say, they could go and cut ribbon, but they have nothing to do with it outside of cutting that ribbon. Scissors they bad on. Nothing else. Not even the painting of the place had anything to do with them. All of that was handled before by, you had Honorable Nicholas Steele was the Minister of Health. They say all kind of things. It's what they don't say about Nikki. Yeah? But look at the performance. Yeah? You have the new wing of the hospital was built. Right? It was open. Emergency was moved there after the 23rd of June. I see one of the NDC people call sometime last year on a program. Oh gosh, you don't see how the NDC give us a nice new emergency. Oh, what stupidness are you talking there? I do. Hush. Why are you talking with that stupidness? About NDC give us emergency. What does do these people? Why let us come out? Nonsense. Yeah. If you hear them. You have, in conjunction, I'm trying to remember the foundation, yeah, the best MRI machine in the Southern Caribbean in that facility. You have all that was done with Honorable Nicholas Steele as the Minister of Health, and you still come in and talk now and do things, and like if it's them that doing this, they're talking about build new hospital. Well, they're finally finding something to try and do. But before you build a new hospital, put the medication in the damn one that day. Put medication. So that when people had to go and do their local surgery, where they have nerve damage and so on, that they don't have to go through problem, that they have the medication there. We have a caller online. Hello?
Hi,
my dear, how art thou?
how you doing there?
Ah, good girl, good.
I got to hear you good, oh. Sheldon, you know, I was talking about the hospital. I went there at time with my daughter, and I see Deacon and Lockett picture, I go beside and I vex, you know. Sheldon, if I had a long stick, I take another picture and if I had a long stick.
They trying to make people sick.
Nicholas Steele was supposed to bring up there. They already taking over everything, so they put the picture there. The man eye, you don't know what you're watching. Eh? They too bold. Are you ready to car, you know?
Oh gosh.
If I had a long stick, I took my bill because I get locked.
No, but Mr. Deacon Mitchell is the Prime Minister of Grenada, and as such, his picture will be at various government facilities around the island. So while we may not like it, it has to be there. It don't mean we have to watch it. You don't have to watch it. You could just avert your eyes to another location.
Why they don't build? They have to build a thing and put the picture on it. Let people know it's a build it. Build their own and put a picture. That one should be happening. Who build? Let the picture be up there. Because they're too bold. I find it too bold.
All right, my dear.
Anyway, good night.
All right, thank you. Share easy. No, but honestly, he is the Prime Minister. And as such, his picture would be at the airport and the seaport government offices, different things like that. So you have to expect you're going to see it. You understand? It's up to you. You could just decide, me watching that. I on my face. Me watch it. Yeah. And I see, whoop, Papa, sorry, I can't transfer that to show you all the lovely pictures of the Victoria Health Center nearing completion. Yeah. I know somebody, some Windsor, some kind of thing will go and say, is he that do that and thing, eh? And they will play, they bring it. They're so disrespectful and rude that when the time comes to open that health facility, the individual who was responsible, Dr. Clarice Modest, they will not invite her to the opening. You know, they might invite her. Now that we say they ain't going to invite her. Because, you know, we'd shame them into doing certain things. But because what Queen's Britain know about anything that going on in St. Mark's, he's just out of order and fast. He know nothing about what's going on in St. Mark's. He's not the MP. Yeah. He's not no MP. Right? So he know nothing about that. So sorry if I could do it tonight, I'd make sure and show you all, Yeah? I would show you all. You understand? I'd make sure and pick it up and show you all and them kind of thing. So I'm still trying to find out something that the Ministry of Health has achieved. Something that the minister could look back now and say, I was appointed on this day. And let me give you a little eye. I've been appointed. And I need to say, since I've been appointed, we have done quite a lot. I don't mean to boast, but we've also done so many health centers all over the island. Yet still, the stuff that Wendy Maguire and the Grenada Nurses Association and these people and them sent down to the island of Grenada for the Hermitage Medical Center still cannot be found, including the blood pressure machine and the examination table. Isn't it? It cannot be found up to now. We have a call online. Good night.
Sheldon?
Yes, my love?
That lady that called there about the hospitality. When I went there this Sunday, when I fall along inside it, and I reached it, I was sick. I said, well, what are these two people picture inside it? Was the whole place catch a fire with? I said, let me take down that. And that is that part what they have it up. That's where they say they named the Dr. Thomas, Mm-hmm. And I agree with the lady, let it build. They must start to build things on their own and put the picture. But we not stupid people in Grenada. We know the Moncuma Road, Mr. Scott.
Mm-hmm.
We know that's done under the NNP government. So that they can't fool nobody. And even people are living abroad know that road built under the NNP government. But they're taking all the credit, so they're not fooling us. You understand? I don't know what's going on with the road by me up here. Because up to yesterday, I was asking somebody on the bus what's going on. A guy tell me, yes, they're walking over there. I don't know. So you almost find out, almost get
I want
somebody
to know.
to take a picture to see to show the people if they really building that road. Because under the NNP, the work is start already, and after I don't know what happened. If they stop it. And a lady tells me today, she tell me to tell you that they send them home, the road walk. Our road walk closed down, she tell me, because she walking in the road. She tell me how they close the road walk. So I don't know what Mr. Dick Mitchell is doing that for guys. Poor people, man. You can't take an advantage on poor people, sir. That's poor people. Even in America, if you go to America now, and you don't even have your green card, you get in help. There is place you could go. You could go in King County Hospital. They see about you. You don't must have a green card to go there to get help. You get in help, and you own people here. You suffer in them so much. You know how much money I make today? $50. I still thank God for that. One of them, I go tell you, see small bottle of water, the Grenada water, $39 for a case. $39, and the big one, the big one you get it for $5. It's $44. $44 a case. What is going on? Poor people like me and other people, we can't make nothing. You can go buy one case, you can't make a $20 profit. It's really, really hard for poor people. I mean, I'm calling the radio to lie. I'm telling you. $50 and I rent to pay, I milk water bill here to pay. It's really hard for us. We're really suffering under this government. Course go take these people, Course go take these people, Sheldon. I'm speaking God's truth. What? $44 for the big one where you pay for it. Some people are selling for $6. I just sell mine for $5 because I won't let them people go back with the $5. I will take it because people are buying. King rough. You're really rough. I don't have no reason to come on the radio and lie about what's going on in Grenada. Under the NNP, we used to make our money. So now I used to sell 2 suitcases of water. And that is not right. Mr. Dick Mitchell, I'm telling you, You cannot do that to poor people in this country. Courts go take you, sir. Courts go take you. That is not right. I'll just stop buying people. Have a good night, Grenada. I'll just stop buying people in this country. Have a good night.
All right, my dear. let me say this. One of my friends just messaged me to say achievement of the NDC administration so far in healthcare was that they give the nurses 500. Yeah, they give them 500 and they take back where it was 90 or 80 or $90 out of it. So they give it with one hand, they take it back with the next hand, right? And on top of that, nurses have phoned me because by putting the $500 on, they are now paying personal income tax. So the personal income tax that they were not paying because their salary was just at that level that they didn't have to pay personal income tax, by adding the 500, they now pay personal income tax. So they end up with next to nothing. Yeah? Next to nothing is what they end up with. That is what is going on. That is the situations that we find taking place in the Ministry of Health. Under the new National Party, every time you turn around is a 2 new ambulance. Every time you turn around, a 2 new ambulance. I wonder what's taking place with ambulances right now. You will get an ambulance upon ambulance hunting under the NNP. Yeah? What is taking place? What is an achievement of the minister outside of rolling eyes all direction and trying to slow down and speak in style? What's the achievements? What are the achievements? Huh? To jump on a stage and shout out, "We voting for Laco!" That's the achievements? What's the achievements in the Ministry of Health that can be pointed to and you can say, hey, this person has been doing an excellent job. We want to keep them. Right now, everybody involved in health water. Listen, the minister was asked by the Cuban government to come to Cuba. Up to now, he don't go. The Cubans went as far as to buy a plane ticket and make the arrangements for the minister to go to Cuba, and he did not go. The same Cubans who helping us with cancer treatments for people down here and to bring people to Cuba. I remember the Cubans were only taking 5 Grenadians to Cuba itself at a time every year to treat for cancer and so. When Her Excellency Clarice Charles went up there, yeah, she was able to negotiate to get them to take her 2 more, 7. And then when they say it's only 7 to take in, when you have cases that end up here in Grenada and so, and you tell Her Excellency Clarice Charles, she used to make sure that the 7 alone they say they take in, sometimes they take in as much as 10. They don't even realize they take 10 yet. To try and save the lives. There are many Grenadians who are listening to me right now that know I'm speaking the truth because their lives were saved by the Cubans. But this government continues to disrespect them. They're disrespecting the Cuban doctors, the nurses, and the assistants, where they don't even see it as necessary for your Minister of Health to go to Cuba, where some of the people that are dying here with cancer right now may be saved. Because the Cubans are the cutting edge of cancer technology, of helping to cure cancer and treat cancer and identify it. So instead of latching on to them, so that you could be their southern base in the Caribbean, that if there's a problem, that a Grenadian, you could send a Grenadian up there, it's in the early stages, you could save them, you could send them, they could get the treatment, you save their life. Instead of doing that, as the minister, they do the ticket, everything for you to go. You don't find it important to go in Cuba. Instead, you want to stay down here and roll your eyes. You want to go. That is very important. That's achievements. Is that worth $24,000 additionally on a yearly basis? Is that even worth $20? These are the people that are in charge now, you know. These are the people that are jumping up all over the place about they going and build new hospital and all kind of thing. Well, I ain't going to go to the ecclesiastical officer who was within the ministry that now end up, I think, as assistant director of the hospital. We go deal with that one the next day. Yeah, we will come to that one. You understand? These are the things that are happening. We have a minister fully paid minister with responsibility for the environment and climate and all kind of thing. Have you seen her? This government has been in office going on 10 months. Very soon, before you turn your head twice, before you could turn your head twice, you are going to hear that the first year is gone. You never see Madam Minister. Yes, the MP for St. John. You never see Madam Minister on a single press conference up to now speaking about any achievement in her ministry. They have advisors. They have all kind of highly paid people inside there that they refuse to let you, the Grenadian people, know how much they're paying them. Because we hear in salaries at $8,000 and $9,000 and all kind of thing. The same people who take $150 from the poor people in this country. We hear in salaries at $8,000 and $9,000 and $10,000 being given to friends and people who didn't even campaign but just happen to be related to them somehow. We hearing those kind of stories taking place. Have you heard anything? Anything from the Ministry of Climate Resilience, etc., where energy and all kind of thing they name it? Have you heard anything coming out from there substantial? Do you believe that the minister earns the additional $24,000 that they earn in a year without paying a cent tax on? Or that they should just give that back to the consolidated fund and say, put back the $150 for the people in my constituency over here? Have you seen her? Have the people of St. John seen her? Has she been around? Maybe they're popping up in funeral and them kind of thing. But have you seen them? Have you felt them? What is taking place in St. John? What's the major project taking place in St. John right now? Really and truly, Kirani Tong, what is the major project taking place in St. John right now? When Alvin was there, you had lighting a playing field, you had this taking place, you had housing brigade, you had all kind of thing. I hear anything with housing brigade in St. John too, and money that go missing and all kind of man name calling and thing, all kind of, I don't know if it's Taka man or Slacker man or whatever, all kind of thing. Yeah? But have you, the people of St. John, have you seen and felt your representative? And have you, the Grenadian people in general, all are we? Yeah? Have you all seen the works of that particular ministry? The last person that was in that ministry ended up in charge of climate change for the whole world. They're in the UN right now. So you telling me that if their country that they are from decides that they're putting together a proper package to get some of that millions or probably even billions of dollars of funding that are available under climate resilience and so on, for small island states like Grenada, with a Grenadian in charge, you're telling me that this minister going out and come back with nothing in their hand? Really? They can't even go in parliament and make a ministerial report. All of them have to hush them out when ministerial report come up because they damn well doing nothing. So they can't give a ministerial report in the parliament of the country because they're doing nothing. They come, they're talking about WASH program and National Susu. How come all ain't talking about Susu again? Where Andy? About the National Susu. And we doing a National Susu. And we collecting, whether it's $5, you can put it. $10, you can put it. Whatever it is, you can put it towards the National Susu. And we have a young lady in back there with a box. And she going to be collecting. And then, ministers set up the thing too, you know. Set up the thing. They can't stop 6 runs. Yeah? The National Susu. That is transformation. You have a caller on the line. Hello, good night. Hello, caller, good night. Caller? Okay, that caller is paying attention instead of doing what... Folks, it's very simple. Since the days of the late Jericho and Frankie, Vega One and Victoria Hughes, they have always said, when you're calling a program, you call on the phone, listen on the phone. Don't listen on the device. So you call, listen on the device that you call with. You didn't pick up the phone, the radio, and dial with that. You didn't pick up the computer and dial with that. You dialed using the phone. So if you're listening, you have to speak to the person using the phone. We have a call online. Good night. Hello? Hello? That person has put down the phone. Right, nice. Yeah. So when you're calling, remember to speak to us on the phone. Now, this program is broadcast via the internet. So therefore, there's a nearly minute delay. So if you're trying to listen for a response using the computer, you won't hear us. So we have a call online. Good night.
Good night, Sheldon. Good night. How are you?
Hey, I'm quite fine. You go right ahead. You're live.
Yes. Sheldon, sometimes I just have to cry. Sometimes I just have to speak. But
don't cry.
If it cares, I just make certain comment. Now, I heard someone talk about the hospital, and I heard about the caring of and so forth. But I want to go back to 2018. I've been in Cuba in 2018. And I could tell you, I had a first-hand experience of Grenadian that was treated in Cuba. Grenadian that was taken care of, not only cancer, but tumor, and a number of different complaints, eyesight complaint and all kinds of things. And you said there was given 7. I want to correct that statement. At one time, Grenada was having in Cuba for medical treatment up to 14 persons.
Yeah, but I did say it was supposed to be 7, but that Clarice Charles used to get more people than Cuba and even used to realize how much people reach.
Very well, very well.
And she had them in the embassy, you know.
And not only that, I was in the embassy too.
Well, you see,
and I can tell you,
I ain't lying.
She brought me from hospital to hospital to see our Grenadian friends, and the way they speak of the treatment they was getting. Maybe it's only maybe America, Canada, or England. Paid medical treatment, they would have got that kind of treatment. They never was hungry. They got food, meal on time. Nothing they complained about. They was restful, they had restful times, and they even had social times when they feel better, because they were able to socialize out with Cuba. And I said, that's a place to be. So if we Grenadians don't learn, now we can learn again. If this government don't learn now, who is helping Grenadians? And let me tell you, these ones didn't have to pay a cent for the medical treatment they receive in Cuba. And it's the government of Grenada at the time that put all necessary arrangements, including efforts to go to Cuba and back. This is marvelous. I can continue to go on and on about this medical treatment we receive from Cuba. Cuba is very dear to Grenada. I think we should continue to be in good relationship with Cuba, despite which government comes there. Remember, Cuban fought for Grenada years gone by. And I think that is why we are so close and dear to them. They like us. We are good people. We cater for them. We must continue to show our love and respect for the Cuban people and the Cuban government. Thank you very much, Sheldon.
All right, my brother. Yeah, so I'm still asking. I'm going to move off of health, because we're still trying to find something that was initiated and achieved by the NDC administration, or that has been started now by the NDC. And thank you, caller. Yes, the same way you love the show, I love you. Yes, my dear. Right. We're still trying to find something that's been initiated by the NDC, even if it's not completed, but they are the ones that started outside of the WASH program who are sending home. Yeah? Because we know that's the only program that they have successfully. Who are sending home program. And along with that, they have the demotion program, where they take people like Mr. Norman Gilbert, send him in the Ministry of Education, demoted from Permanent Secretary down to Project Officer, demote Mr. Tafawa Pierre from Deputy Commissioner of Police down to Superintendent of Police, and every day sending more and more people over to the Public Service Commission, which they have weaponized against workers here in Grenada. Weaponized. So which ministry has been successful? You can't say the Ministry of Finance because the Prime Minister gave it up. So you can't say the Ministry of Finance. One, they overpay people with a pension. Yeah, the field we forget that. They overpay. They overpaid people pension. The people who get pension, they overpay. They pay late. Yeah? They have paid late as well. They take over the Marketing and National Importing Board after telling us that they would be able to take over all the debts and everything at the Marketing and National Importing Board. And then they come now and asking the people who are owed by the Marketing Board to take a 50% haircut. So those poor local farmers with the $4,000, $8,000, $9,000 inside there in goods that they have sold, that was sold by the Marketing and National Importing Board, and Marketing Board just had to pay the farmers and them, you're telling them, you can't get the whole thing, take half. And then they want to come with the stupid assertion that it's just a suggestion, we're just asking. Don't ask. Don't ask the poor farmers. All you take a 50% haircut. In fact, all you take a bald head as far as I'm concerned. All you take it. Don't come and ask the farmers. Don't come and ask the agro-processors. Don't come and ask these poor people that MNIB owe to take no haircut. Go to those with the millions upon millions of dollars, ask them. You see the poor people, you all said you had the money to pay it. You all called out the figure to pay it. Don't come and ask them poor people and them, don't go and say, only taking no haircut. Only might know with a bald head. Don't go and take no haircut. Don't go and take it. So what are the achievements of the Ministry of Finance? They say they're going and pay half month. We will see how that work out. That's all I have to say on that. We will see how that work out. So which ministry has been successful? What? The Ministry of Legal Affairs and Labor. The same ministry that fired the Labor Commissioner, who is the person that when people get fired, they have to go to, until they have an acting Labor Commissioner right now. And then they go in and end up in court, if not already served, by the former Labor Commissioner because of the way that they were dismissed and that their professional integrity was attacked by the Minister of Labor. Yeah? That ministry doing anything? A set of people get sent home by that same government in Garriku without due process in any type of law, without due process. And the Ministry of Labor dragging the foot on these people case. Probably that is what the Labor Commissioner was trying to deal with, why they get rid of her. But that is a success. The Ministry of Legal Affairs that pushed through the Data Protection Bill, they feel because the bill comes through the Senate that is a success and they feel that's the end of the story. That is a success. Listen, the Minister of Labor could be fired right now and go home. And the Minister of Labor would be better for it. And the Ministry of Labor would be better for it as far as I'm concerned. Because right now, they are leaderless. They are rudderless. And it looks like they could care less. Yeah? Remember, Labor Day coming up. Labor Day coming up. Yeah? So the Minister of Labor, who was talking about workers in Garriku and thing, they do this and that. You have people that were sitting right next to them do the exact same thing they fired those workers for. No hearing, no holiday pay, no leave, no nothing. Nothing. You just fire them. Wicked. And then you come in and play like always the nicest people. Yeah? Does Claudette Joseph deserve an additional $24,000 on a yearly basis? Or she should come and hand that back to the Treasury and say, hey, you see me? Hold on, I ain't taking that. That's the absolute nonsense. The absolute nonsense. Which ministry that we could point to? What? Mobilization, implementation, and transformation? The ministry that running about in everybody else's ministry when something is happening and trying to say there's the one that do it? Yeah? Or the ones that go and talking about after they go and they clear up Hopkins and them like Hopkins land? Yeah, the land they clear up down there to go and move Wall Street today, and then from what we are hearing, some kind of legal thing take place. They go on a program and talking about flowers that was going up. Are the Minister of Flowers now? Well, it wasn't. I hear people talking about we was going to move Wall Street to over there, but that's not what we were going to do. I was very surprised when I hear they're talking about we was going to move Wall Street over there, because what we really want to do is that we are going to plant some flowers. So you cut going back about 40 feet from the main road to plant flowers, right? On other people's property, private property. You go there, you send a team, bobcat, all kind of thing, clean up other people's property and gone back about 40 feet because your intention was to plant flowers, right? Nice. Then they end up coming and plant the flowers on Wall Street itself. Transformation in all your skin. Yeah? They transform an area that had bush into an area that don't have bush. And they transfer an area that didn't have flowers into an area that have flowers. Yeah? And then people all over, you don't see the minister working? You don't see the minister working? Minister working, you know? Yeah? We have a caller online. Oh boy, just missed that caller. Caller call back. Yeah. Which ministry has been achieving anything? And we're not talking about projects that were in the pipeline or already half done during the period of time of the new National Party that they have now come and are completing and just running and take a picture by and trying to claim. What have they actually started? What have they actually done? Yeah? We have a call online. Good night.
Shalom, good night, boy.
Hi, good night. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Shalom,
all right.
The nurses is they are educated people. Maybe they didn't check that trick. It's a trick. They trick them, you know? Because even though they take out $10, but the amount of money they pay for the income tax is maybe double or triple what the $500 they get. So the prime minister tricked them, and they didn't realize that. You know what I'm saying? But Shalom, I under the NMP, you always feel more comfortable, more relaxed that you're under a government that cares. You always see things that you could say, well, yes, the government doing something. You could see the decency, you could see the good governance, not total dominance, but good governance amazes the NNP. But you can't understand what's going on with this government here. They're doing piece of thing all about, and because they ain't doing nothing, everything the previous government do, they're taking credit for it. Because they ain't doing nothing. So they must make the world feel they're doing something. But we know they ain't doing nothing. At the end of the day, Sheldon, I think you're doing a fantastic job, honestly. I mean, people might look at it that simple, but you're doing a fantastic job because you're exposing these guys.
We are doing a fantastic job because it's all of us. It's not just Sheldon here. All of you that are on, that share the live, that send the information and so. Believe me, watch, next week will be very interesting. Tomorrow night going to be the best, but next week will be interesting as well. But go ahead, yeah.
But Sheldon, the thing about it is like, you hearing the Prime Minister come right down, all of them they're speaking with double tongue. You don't know where they're coming from. It's like they never planned they go win an election. They never put nothing in place. They didn't even put nothing in place to say where they would get a loan somewhere to start a project. All kind of nonsense they do not. First they ain't doing nothing. They want to establish Susu and Anna's project.
But you realize we kill that Susu talk for them. I want to know if the Accountant General has any information to pass on to us, the Grenadian people. In fact, one of our parliamentarians, please, request that the Accountant General all the documentation in relation to the National Susu, please. According to the Public Finance Act of 2015 and the regulations so attached.
You know what I would like to see? I would like to see the God-fearing people, the people who love Grenada, who is hardline NDC supporters, call out the Prime Minister and his ministers and let them know they should straighten up themselves. Because what they're doing and truly is magic pop-out, really and truly. So we need to see some decency in running this country. This country has been running with some decency for the past few years, and we could have seen the decency. We could have seen, we know we had a government, and you could see the body language of the Grenadian people. They was comfortable. Now you could see everybody shoulder drop. Because who ain't working who go home, they ain't get no pay, who gain money for free and all kind of nonsense. You just take the taxpayers' money and just give it away. You give people tax amnesty, we give away 5 million, and still you send home people, young people, who they used to say was flowers of the revolution before. You send them home and you ain't paying them. You take 150 from these poor, vulnerable people, and you still give your minister $2,000, although they get a salary. Come something and right, man. But anyway, continue. Let's continue to do what we're doing.
All right, thank you so very much. All right. Yes, indeed, 4407. But before I take another call, the Ministry of Mobilization, Implementation, and Transformation is supposed to be working across ministries to ensure that projects are completed on time. Right? But they send the Minister of Implementation, Mobilization, MIT, NIA for the officials down there. Anyway, but they go and they lose 70 million together with those, and we will come to here in a while. Well, all you feel of forgetting, so I ain't forgetting none of them. If they don't get it tonight, they will get it next week. Some of them may be there and their belly boiling because they're wondering if I come in on their ministry. Yes, I come in on all the ministry. Maybe not tonight, but I come in. Yeah, tomorrow night, or you might be a bit lucky, because tomorrow night, remember, from 8 p.m., we have Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, former Prime Minister and leader of the opposition, right here in Grenada, and he's going to be speaking on a host of matters of importance to all Grenadians. All right? Nice. But the Ministry of Implementation and Transformation is supposed to be making sure that things flow, that things happen. Right? But what have we seen? The projects under the Ministry of Works, which the Ministry of Implementation is supposed to be, according to the minister, removing all the bottlenecks to make sure that things happen in a speedy manner. And that is what the Ministry of Implementation, Mobilization, Implementation, and Transformation is supposed to be doing, moving the bottlenecks so that a project can be finished in the time frame that it's supposed to finish and not be there for too long. And that's what the Minister Mobilization, Implementation, and Transformation does be saying. Yeah, that's what he said. But look what happened in River Road. That moving in time. Look what's going on in Molyneux. Is that happening in time? Well, they can't talk about Kuma Road. That was nearly finished. So they can't use that as an example or anything except that NNP does get work done. You're talking about, oh, and the NNP had such a slow implementation rate. Where's all your implementation rate? Or even have an implementation rate? Or maybe have an implementation plate? Yeah? You have to ask yourselves, these people, within 6 weeks of coming in office, gave themselves a $24,000 a year raise. Are you seeing value for money from these individuals who are holding ministries right now in our country? The Ministry of Education, well, I hear the teachers and them give real talk. And those say, yeah, maybe I hear when Jude, Judas Jude, we hear when he was talking and thing, Yeah. Because all what they say about Emlyn Pear, we know that when she was there, that he had over 400 teachers get permanent. How much get permanent since all you come in? All you make any of them permanent? I hear all kind of thing happen. I hear that it had people who were supposed to get permanent and all of a sudden other people came in from nowhere and get permanent as teachers and so on. All kind of stories I hearing. Yeah? I hearing about discord within the staff of the ministry at different levels. I hear all kind of stories about what's going on and all kind of shoo. Yeah? So, Minister Dave Andrew, what achievement have you got to show for the time that? Don't talk about no refurbishment at school. You're fast if you talk about that, because those things were already sourced. The funding came from different agencies like the World Bank and the Caribbean Development Bank, etc. The money was secured under the new National Party administration when we had a Minister of Foreign Affairs that actually used to do something other than go outside and just, outside there and waste time. Yeah. Just to hide from the people in St. Patrick's. You understand? Yeah, we had a Minister of Foreign Affairs that actually used to get things done. The last one we had was Minister Oliver Joseph. Yeah? He coming back with something for the Grenadian people. All your minister coming back with memories. Yeah? So don't talk about, we fixed school and all kind of things. Same as with the health centers, the schools and them, the money was there already, that was fixed, that had nothing to do with all this. So forget that. Yeah? We ain't expected to build a new school in that space of time. We realize in Carriacou, and I ain't feel like go start Carriacou tonight because I ain't go finish. But realize in Carriacou, they're trying to take the thing like if I see Minister Implementation run up there. I know if he takes stick and joke hole and thing again up there. But I see you run. He run up there. And the next one who changing suit size every 2 weeks. Yeah. The Minister for Carriacou and Petit Martinique Affairs. All the roads that Nolan Cox as Minister of Infrastructure and Kendra Mathurin Stewart as the MP for Carriacou and Petit Martinique, all the roads and infrastructural projects that she did before the election and that she had lined up to be done after the election. You see man jumping up and thing and talking about boots on the ground. You mean hoof on the ground because they like the beast with the long ears. Anyhow, folks, that's all the time we have for tonight. 4 talking points. I'm sorry to be so abrupt on the end of tonight's program. But remember, folks, I'm going to take time to remind you all, tomorrow night, Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell will be on, all right, from 8 p.m. with that special interview. And you can get it right here on the Talking Points page. You can also get it Real FM. You'll be able to get it We FM just 1 hour later from 9 o'clock on We FM. You'll be able to get it as well on Sister Isle FM. We Noise Radio out there in Brooklyn. You know they're always there with us. So remember, you're tuning in to more MTV. Yeah, it's going to be on television too on MTV and so on. So you can tune in and you can get Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, former Prime Minister, speaking tomorrow night. And then on Monday, Monday, we have I'm telling you, we have some things to say next week, you know. Yeah, we have a lot of things. I realize we just go down a few ministries. We have some more ministries to discuss and find out if that $24,000 a year that you're paying the minister, the chief person in that ministry, is worth it or not. Because we hear a minister, anytime you're looking for him, we have a song for a particular minister. And this every time you're looking for that minister, any ministry, he does be in different places and them kind of thing. Yeah. They say if you're looking for the minister to pass, just go inside blast. That's what he. The mere fact the Prime Minister to take over the Ministry of Works should tell all you something. Yeah, he leave finance and go in works. You know? The Prime Minister demote itself. Folks, that's all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. And whatever you say and do it safe and secure. I want to be speaking to and with you. Love each and every one of you. My good friend who sent that message, please message me on the Talking Points WhatsApp, or you can give me a call back. I know that you're listening still. I hope that you're listening still. I haven't seen the message come through yet, but you can also call me back on the same number that you called on. You can call me back on that number within the next 5 minutes. I need to be gone within the next 5 minutes, but you can call me back within the next 5 minutes on that number. Other than that, please send a WhatsApp to 440-7377. Well, since you're out in the States, 1473-440-7377.
So there's a risk of a house fire. Kids at home, there's no supervisor. All because of class. She inside of class. So your neighbor start having problems, and you find she catching she ass. Please don't have no sympathy, cause all she money end up in blast. Oh, yeah. There's more money in our economy, but small businesses remain on the sea. All because of class, nothing else but class. What was meant for circulation are now headed in one direction. Going to blast, straight to blast. So when a small vendor up in Grenville buys and cannot get enough sale, that means
means there's less for farmers. Agriculture goes down the drain. And when a small entrepreneur we support having problems to pay the rent, that will lead to mere frustration and won't help our unemployment. Now before the school they could done, you would find them teachers running down. They run into class, inside of class. So when they get the gratuity, lucky seven, so waiting patiently, waiting in class, inside of class. So if you find teachers having problems and you see they catching their ass, please don't have no sympathy, cause all the money end up in blast. Seed and old age pension are not meeting its real intention. It going to blast, straight to blast. And the pastor now complaining, not enough tithes and offering. It going to blast, Christians in blast. Well, my friends, this ain't no secret. I will be honest with you. The fact of the matter, I have an addiction for blast too. When I see the situations, the same blast does put me in. For the sake of myself and others, on blast I just have to sing. Sometimes I can't even pay the bank or put 1 cent in my gas tank. It go into blast, straight in blast. Can't even pay my children's fees. Everything went on